So no less than 26 over 27 fences. And don't worry, you're not going to start from the bend. They'll spin the turn. There's still a good 100 to 150 yards off the starter, who has the flag raised as the field being told to go steady. Mr. Incredible is in the blue with the yellow chevron towards the back, and they're off and racing. Mr. Incredible has jumped away perfectly okay. The Coral Scottish Grand National. Mr. Vango is one of the first to show, in company as well. Up there towards the left-hand side as Whistle in the Dark, My Silver Linings, Handy Gitmaker not too far away. At the back of the field, one of them doesn't appear too keen. It's Mr. Incredible. He jumped off okay, but he pulled himself up, and at the back of the field, We'll Have One is the one that came down at the first. So 2 Mullins horses out after just 1 fence as Mr. Vango approaches the second with the early lead. Whistle in the Dark in second place. Elvis Mail jumped alarmingly out to the right in rear as they settled into a Wratham racing with it. Whistle in the Dark on the outside of Mr. Vango as they rise at the open ditch, which is number 3. My Silver Lining is in third place early on. Also in a prominent position is Egbert Gitmaker, and towards the outside is Inish Orr in company as well as they take the next with Surrey Quest. Over that, just in the outside, is Macdermott as well in a handy position. Ballygriffin Cottage races in midfield with Angler's Crag also midfield in company with Tommy Bow as they race on towards the last in the back straight. Mr. Vango it is who led the field over it. On the ropes towards the back, Beauport is also well back early on. So Mr. Vango it is who leads. Whistle in the Dark in second. My Silver Lining racing in third place. Clark Kent is racing in a handy position in company with Macdermott as they turn out of the back straight. Punitive races in quite a handy position. Gitmaker is just behind these little group in company as well with Wacker Clan. Punitive in midfield racing on the outside of Ironbridge with Ballygriffin Cottage and Angler's Crag as they take the turn. Secret Reprieve tracks the leaders, as it is Mr. Vango who leads them in the early stages. Mr. Vango over from Whistle in the Dark, and the whole field are over safely. It's the back marker is Inish Orr, who's lost quite a bit of ground, horse with the white face, as Mr. Vango leads them towards another open ditch. Mr. Vango from Whistle in the Dark, between the pair My Silver Lining, then Clark Kent as they all stepped over that. Elvis Mail continues to jump alarmingly out to the right as they race down towards the next fence up the home straight. Over in the lead, Mr. Vango, and once again the whole field are over. So Mr. Vango it is who leads at the end of this first circuit from Whistle in the Dark, and on the outside Clark Kent. My Silver Lining with Surrey Quest behind these. Macdermott, Wacker Clan, Gitmaker in about 8th or 9th ahead of Egbert as they take the next fence. Secret Reprieve, Tommy Bow towards the inside, then Stay Away Faze in midfield with Ballygriffin Cottage, Broken Halo, Ironbridge, Autonomous Cloud, Gold Cup Bailey, then Spanish Harmlands towards the back of the pack, and Punitive right at the rear in company with Elvis Mail, just preceded by Beauport. Tom, thoughts on the first circuit?
It certainly was an eventful start there, Richard, as we can see with Mr. Incredible downing tools. But I have to say, I've been so impressed with the way Mr. Vango has jumped off, jumping from fence to fence. It's been a sight to behold so far, AP.
Yeah, My Silver Lining's got a really nice pitch in behind. A couple that are not going so good. Inish Orr's jumping right, and so is the other horse of...
Yeah, Beauport,
Beauport is the one that's jumping right as well.
From an early stage. Those two are the ones that look like they're struggling the most at this early stage.
Yeah, Elvis Mail, the other one that's jumping out to the right there as Mr. Vango leads Whistle in the Dark towards the first down the back with a circuit under their belts. My Silver Lining with Gitmaker just behind the leaders. Clark Kent towards the outside in company with Macdermott as they take the first in the back straight. Punitive still towards the back. Beauport being ridden along now towards the rear of the field as well. Just preceded by Punitive as they reach the next. Mr. Vango over in the lead from Whistle in the Dark in second place, watching the stragglers over. Beauport's at the back with Elvis Mail on the ropes, also just towards the rear as they race towards an open ditch midway down the back. Mr. Vango it is who leads from Whistle in the Dark. Once again, the whole field appear to have negotiated that safely. Gitmaker just drifting back to about 6th or 7th place as Surrey Quest goes past him. My Silver Lining, Macdermott getting a nice sight of his fences on the outside as they step over that. As they make their way on towards the next. At this stage, towards the outside, I think it was Angler's Crag who made the mistake at that previous fence with Ballygriffin Cottage as Mr. Vango leads them over the next. Elvis Mail again didn't get overly high. So the runners making their turn out of the back straight. I think Inish Orr has parted company with the rider right at the back of the field. We've got a loose one just off the back of that, and indeed Inish Orr, having played no real significant part, has exited at the halfway stage. So out in the lead it is Mr. Vango, the gamble of the race from Whistle in the Dark, the grey My Silver Lining in third. Clark Kent on the inside of Macdermott with Surrey Quest as they make the turn. Wacker Clan comes next, just ahead of Egbert. Gitmaker is just lost his position slightly as they stepped over that. Elvis Mail is still towards the back of the pack, and Punitive is now beginning to struggle as they make their way up the home straight. And out in the lead it is still Mr. Vango. Mr. Vango from Whistle in the Dark towards the outside. In third place is Clark Kent. Surrey Quest towards the inner is amongst the leading group as they make their way on towards the next fence. Still led by Mr. Vango, although Whistle in the Dark and Clark Kent were right alongside as they took that fence, and still lots of them in plenty of chances here with My Silver Lining. That's Macdermott towards the outside, Ballygriffin Cottage. Gitmaker is now being pulled towards the outside, having not travelled with a great deal of fluency in the last half mile. Takes out in about 11th or 12th. So the order passing us. Mr. Vango leads the Scottish National. Whistle in the Dark in second place. Clark Kent is third, ahead of Macdermott, My Silver Lining and Surrey Quest. Ballygriffin Cottage, Gitmaker on the outside of Egbert and Wacker Clan. Heading out on the final circuit, Tommy Bow on the inside of Iron Bridge and Angler's Crag with Secret Reprieve. Autonomous Cloud with Stay Away Faye. Spanish Harlem creeping into it. A Gold Cup Bailey comes next with On the Ropes. Elvis Mail still in touch with Beauport, but Punitive is now losing touch with the others. But there are still an awful lot with chances here as Mr. Vango leads them towards 9 from the finish. Mr. Vango, Whistle in the Dark and Clark Kent have always been close to the head of affairs. My Silver Lining towards the inside with Surrey Quest as they prepare to take the next fence. Tommy Bow may ground round that turn. Wacker Clan trying to get involved. Egbert in that chasing group in company with Gitmaker as Mr. Vango just tries to turn the screw on the run towards the next. Mr. Vango it is who led the field over it. Secret Reprieve made a mistake back in the pack. Punitive is just about, I think, to be pulled up. Beauport can't go the pace either as Mr. Vango heads towards the 8th last. Mr. Vango from Macdermott towards the outside. Whistle in the Dark still there with My Silver Lining. Mistake by Surrey Quest. Ballygriffin Cottage making some ground for Dan Skelton. Gitmaker is under pressure. Clark Kent comes next as they take the 7th last, and Mr. Vango it is still leading the Scottish National. Got into a good rhythm out in the lead and heads on towards the next, just thinning out the chasers. Whistle in the Dark, then My Silver Lining who still travels okay. Macdermott, Ballygriffin Cottage and Clark Kent. Surrey Quest is next over that as towards the back a few of them just begin to call it a day. Stay Away Faye is out of the contest. Beauport has been pulled up in that group as the leaders are at the last on the far side. Mr. Vango it is with Whistle in the Dark. My Silver Lining just briefly caught on heels there as Ballygriffin Cottage and Macdermott sweep round the outside. Clark Kent from Surrey Quest. Gitmaker trying hard to get back involved. Spanish Harlem scything through the field in the green colours, having sat out the back. Keep an eye on him in about 8th or 9th with the white face. Then Angler's Crag and Autonomous Cloud. It's Whistle in the Dark who leads the Scottish National field from Ballygriffin Cottage. Mr. Vango's now back in third. Macdermott's Orange Cap. Gitmaker round the outside continues to stay on as they race down towards the first in the home straight. And out in the lead, Whistle in the Dark being taken on by Ballygriffin Cottage and Macdermott. My Silver Lining. Then towards the outside, Clark Kent. Gitmaker trying hard to get involved. Then Mr. Vango. Spanish Harlem, no further progress at the moment. Then Iron Bridge as they stepped over that and race on down towards the second last. Macdermott and Surrey Quest on the inside are the two that now move on. Macdermott's Orange Cap, Surrey Quest on the inside. Then behind these, Clark Kent running a mighty race. Gitmaker is now under pressure as they head down towards the last in the Scottish National. It is Macdermott who's moved through to lead for Willie Mullins as they head to the last. Surrey Quest is still battling on. Gitmaker has moved through into third place, still running on stoutly. It's Macdermott, the novice, who leads. Surrey Quest on the inside, he's fighting back on the run to the line. Macdermott, Surrey Quest coming back after 4 miles. It'll go to the judge. Surrey Quest was completely eclipsed by Macdermott. Gitmaker was third. In fourth place, Clark Kent. On the ropes ran on for 5th. Spanish Harlem, Ballygriffin Cottage. Behind these, Iron Bridge got round. Whistle in the Dark got round, and Autonomous Cloud. What do you think? All the way up the run-in, Surrey Quest was coming back. Is this the photo that decides the Trainers' Championship? That is so close. Do you just favour Macdermott on the near side from Surrey Quest, who I say was virtually completely hidden by the other horse on the inner? Gitmaker it was who ran home third, and we'll confirm some of the other places for you if we can. So Macdermott currently trading 1-7 in the photo. That's Gitmaker in third. In fourth place, that looks like Clark Kent. More prize money for his trainer, Willie Mullins. On the ropes has run fifth, another Mullins horse, and then another one in Spanish Harlem. So he has mopped up a lot of the place prize money. The question is, has he won the biggest prize? Ballygriffin Cottage is seventh if you've got extra places. It's in the hands of the judge, the Coral Scottish Grand National. A terrific finish between Macdermott and Surrey Quest.
So we wait for the result. Danny Mullins for Willie Mullins. If he's won this, he will be champion trainer, you'd imagine, in the UK, in the colours of Pat Gallagher, the Gallagher Bloodstock Limited, against Surrey Racing, the owners, and Toby Laws, who could have a huge moment, but the exchanges suggest that Macdermott, the novice, has held on. But the longer this goes on, AP, the tighter you feel it is.
Yeah, definitely. It was a brilliant race to watch. You had Mr. Vango took them long, a really good gallop. Danny Mullins had Macdermott. He'd been placed really well all the way. He was on the outside. Macdermott, he's a horse that's improved. No end. He won really well at Ferryhouse last time. And Danny Mullins in big races for his uncle Willie. He's no back number. But Toby Laws, with assistant trainer to Nicky Henderson, got this horse off Nicky as well. So it'd be a huge day for Toby as well.
So he's drifting. He was as short as 1-10 at one point, Macdermott on the near side.
For first place. First, number 11, Macdermott.
Macdermott has won the Coral Scottish Grand National. For Pat Gallagher, Willie Mullins and his nephew, Danny. A novice has won it, a 6-year-old has won it, just as Earth Summit did years ago. Look at the price he's gone off. He went off 18-1. This horse was the big gamble when Willie Mullins took aim at the Scottish National. He's gone off at a big price. Let's see the photo, the evidence. Macdermott has won it by a fraction. Heartbreak for Surrey Racing and Toby Laws. But the winner, the Mullins family.
Danny, whoa, that was close, but what a performance by a 6-year-old.
Magic, you know, an unexposed Willie Mullins novice in a staying handicap chase. It's what you want to be on, you know. It has his jumping issues, and we ended up on the deck one day in Limerick, and I think even the fall that day has really taught him how to be efficient. A few mistakes on the way around today. Even leaving the back, one came around my outside. I just knew I didn't want to be pressing for home that early. Got a fantastic jump, fourth last, third last, and he was good and tough when I needed him at the back of the last.
This Mullins family keep delivering on the big days for Uncle Willie, whether it's Patrick with the 100th winner, you with potentially the winner that seals the British Championship for him.
Well, I'd say it's far from over. Skeletons are true battlers, and they'll be coming at us all next week, so, you know, we're doing well, but it's not over yet.
Well done.
Thank you.